Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and this evening we'll have a look at the latest from the GFS, the GM, the ECMWF and the GFS Ensembles. We'll also have a look at the UKMO Operational Run as well, as we do have some heavy rain this weekend and we do have a yellow warning for heavy rain on Sunday. We're going to be having a look at the latest on the potential of seeing some real proper autumnal weather coming in over the coming weeks, and we could even be seeing a little bit of winteriness mixed in there as well as we do see the first sort of polar maritime air mass take over the country. So do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you do like and subscribe, and do remember to follow me on Twitter as well, the link's in the description. So if we do run through the latest GFS, you can see we have weather fronts approaching in from the west at the moment with heavy rain spreading in from the west, and it's going to be giving quite a soaking to many in the west. And further east, it's still reasonably pleasant, not too bad. However, the rain will be moving eastwards. It will bring a lot of cloud with it, and probably some patchy rain as well, and of course heavier rain over the course of this weekend. If we do run through, you can see we've mainly got quite a westerly flow. You can see, though, early next week we do build this area of high pressure. Now, this would give pretty decent conditions. You could even be seeing some summer-like conditions with this. However, I'm not sort of seeing this within the other other members of the GFS Ensembles or other models. So at this stage, I would disregard this, really. I'm not really seeing this within the models with this high pressure sitting over the top of the UK. The majority of the runs have it sat a few hundred miles further southwards, bringing in westerly winds. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, but at this stage, it doesn't look likely. But it would, if it did come off, would be fairly pleasant. However, in the longer term, we do start to see a scenario where we do see higher pressure building up towards Scandinavia. If we do have a look at the, not Scandinavia, Greenland, and if you do have a look at the pressure patterns, and we're seeing a lobe of sort of the early season tropospheric polar vortex head over towards sort of Siberia, parts of Russia, down into parts of Scandinavia. And what this does do with the bit of ridge out towards Greenland is pulls in a direct northerly wind with a really quite chilly polar maritime air mass coming through. 0 degree ice firm moving through, if not getting even colder than that towards the longer term. And if we do move beyond that, you do see it does fade away, but still would be giving pretty chilly conditions for a good few days there as we head into the first days of October. That would be a real sort of a chilly spell of weather, and we'll have to keep an eye on how that does develop. If this was, of course, in the wintry months, or December, January, February, let's just say, we would be seeing some very cold conditions with this and the potential for some snowfall as well. In this scenario, I doubt there'll be any snowfall, but we could see a few wintry showers over some hills and some mountains, and we would maybe see some frosts even to lower levels in a few areas, and we'd just generally be seeing some chilly sort of weather. If we do have a look at the Weather Channel, or the weatheroutlook.com, sorry, just have a look at temperatures on that latest GFS. You can see we are seeing sort of highs of 20-21 degrees over the coming days. Nothing too amazing, but pretty decent for late September, let's be honest, as we head through to Tuesday. Again, 18-19 degrees, and sort of by Wednesday time, we could be seeing temperatures get up to maybe 21, 22, maybe 23 degrees as we have that high pressure over the top of the UK. Beyond that, we do see, again, some decent temperatures, but as we head towards the end of this spell, if we do just go up a little bit so we get more of Scotland in, you can see as we head towards, we see colder air returning to Scotland, and look at that, 3 p.m. on Thursday, the 30th of September. Highest temperatures in Scotland, 3 or 4 degrees over the hills, widely across England, Wales, only 7, 8, 9 degrees, feeling really, really chilly. Not guaranteed to see this scenario, but there is the potential, and we're seeing this on a lot of the ensemble runs, seeing a sort of plunge of polar maritime air. Even beyond that, you can see overnight getting down to sort of mid-single digits, if not lower in a few spots. And we could even see overnight frost in a few spells. You can see early Saturday, 2nd of October, only 2 degrees in northern England. So really quite chilly. And of course, in frost hollows, it will be colder than that. So we'll have to keep an eye on this more longer term. We saw in yesterday's video. And again, it does look like it's in potential sort of 7 to 10 day time frame. On a lot of these runs. So if we do have a look at the GM, see how that does compare. You can see it over the coming days. We've got weather fronts moving through, and you see that high pressure early next week that tries to build in. We do bring quite a warm sector through, but it's with cloud and rain, and you can see when we've got big high pressure the GFS had, we don't have any of that on the GM. We just have northwesterly winds, and then as we get towards day 10, you see we have some sort of a build of high pressure towards Greenland, and we're pulling in cold northwesterly winds. Now, it's not a direct northerly, so it's not quite as cold as the GFS, but it's still chilly air mass. You can see the 0 degree isotherm is moving through, and it will be pretty unsettled under there as well. Feeling really chilly, and we could be seeing the first hints of some cold weather heading into winter. No signs of any snow, of course, with this, but it will just be chilly, potentially some frosts, and feeling really cold for end of September, early October, if this scenario does come off. It's looking encouraging to be coming off. It does look like within the models there is a decent sort of chance of it coming off, but it's not pinpointed exactly how it does come off. Because you can see by the GEM, this would be a chilly scenario, but not particularly cold. But the GFS, that would have been pretty cold with temperatures only into the mid to high single digits, even down into the south. If we do have a look at the ECMWF, you can see very similar to the GM, that high pressure tries to build in, but doesn't really do much. And then we do go into this period where we're pulling in proper northerly wind by the end of this run. 850 HPA temperatures, really cold air coming into Iceland. Would be seeing some heavy snowfall in Iceland with this, and we're plunging the 0 degree isotherm southwards. If we have a look at the temperature deviation, you can see really colder, quite colder than average, with temperatures maybe 4 to 6 degrees, if not a little bit higher, below average 850 HPA. So chilly temperatures look quite likely towards 7 to 10 day time frame. And again, we'll have to keep an eye on it exactly how it does play out. As again, we could be a really chilly outcome, or it could just be a little bit colder than average. And again, have to keep an eye on it. If we do have a look at the GFS Ensembles, if we do have a look at the 850 HPA and Precipitation, you can see over the next coming sort of 5-6 days, temperatures around maybe a touch above average, and you can see we do have potentially a little bit of a warmer spell for a day or two towards the 22nd, 23rd of September, and you can see generally in the east it's pretty dry, but you can see towards the Sunday where we do have the yellow warning, we can see some heavy rain in the east. Beyond that, though, you can see that plunge in temperatures to around 4, 5, 6 degrees below average. You can see a lot of the ensemble members getting below 0 degrees at 850 HPA and staying like that for the foreseeable future, looking like we're going to have low pressure involved, and it's going to be feeling pretty chilly as well. So in this sort of scenario, we could be seeing some pretty bleak conditions with cold temperatures and a lot of rain and shower activity around, with the jet stream placed a little bit further southwards, these low pressures having more cold air wrapped in amongst them. This pattern would be really quite snowy, especially over Scotland and the mountains, if we saw this sort of November, December, January time. However, of course, the air is not quite cold enough to be seeing too much snow. Maybe a few flakes here or there, but nothing massive. If we do have a look at what Glasgow is showing, you can see, over the coming days, a couple of degrees above average for the next sort of 5 days or so. Then we see the plunge down to around 0 degrees, 850 HPA, if not colder on a few of the ensembles. And remember, anything around 0 degrees or below has the potential for snow. It's unlikely this time of year, but over the highest peaks, over the mountains, where we do have some snow patches, we could be seeing some early season snowfall, potentially. Not guaranteed, but potentially. And it all depends on whether it comes overnight, the showers, or whether what dew points are and that sort of stuff. We can't look at sort of 7 to 10 days out in much detail. But you can see generally below average with high precipitation, very symbolic of a displaced southwards jet stream and very unsettled and cold weather. If we do finally have a look at the UK Met Office run, we'll have a look at precipitation first. So you can see the heavy rain is spreading eastwards, but slowly fizzling out as it does. Still could be some showers and some rain overnight tonight into tomorrow, and tomorrow we have a few showers around in the west, but nothing too massive. And then we have more weather fronts gathering in and really picking up strength with a bit more moisture from the south, and we could be seeing some very heavy rain potentially in the east. And you can see some very heavy spells of rain there, quite localised in sort of a narrow band, but we do see that continue for a good few hours. That's where it could get pretty unsettled, pretty miserable, and we could be seeing some high rainfall totals. Beyond that, more weather fronts pushing in from the west, typical, of course, of this northwesterly sort of flow. Typical, seeing a weather front, cold front moving through, and then we've got heavy polar maritime air mass showers building in behind. If we do have a look at the latest for the temperatures, You can see tomorrow afternoon we could be seeing temperatures getting up to around 22, 23 degrees, so fairly pleasant to be honest. As we head towards Sunday, you can see temperatures getting up to maybe 15, 16 degrees under the weather front, but maybe 22 degrees earlier in the afternoon for the far east before cooling off, of course. You can see overnight though, temperatures will start to be dropping away, maybe only mid-single digits in quite a few spots as we progressively head into autumn. It's very difficult to keep those temperatures up when we do have sort of clearer skies and colder air masses. As you can see by Monday, temperatures again maybe peaking at 19, 20 degrees where we have clearer skies and no rain, but with those showers and weather fronts moving through, it's going to be a little bit cooler. Of course, and then by Tuesday afternoon, maybe 18, 19 degrees, but of course a little bit more chilly in the north, and you can see a cooler air is starting to move in from the northwest. Not the proper polar maritime air mass yet, but cooler air coming in from the North Atlantic, and you can see temperatures starting to dip overnight, especially in Scotland and Northern Ireland. So you can see over the coming weeks we are going to start to be seeing some more chilly weather. If we finally do have a look at the weather warning for rain in the east on Sunday from 12 until midnight on Sunday. Heavy showers may lead to localised flooding and disruption. Could be seeing a band of heavy rain with thunder showers will slowly drift east throughout Sunday, becoming more slow moving over the highlighted area later in the day, where the showers become slow moving. 30 to 40 millimetres of rain could fall in a short period of time, leading to surface water flooding and transport disruption. So high impact, low likelihood at this stage, and it's something we just need to keep an eye on. Sort of preemptive warning from the Met Office there, and I suspect that it will be either cut down or sort of moved over the coming couple of days as it comes into better short range model forecasts and things do slightly change. So we'll keep an eye on that over the next few days. So anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you do go out, as I've said over the last sort of few weeks, enjoy all this drier, warmer weather we do have at the moment in many areas where we're seeing temperatures get up to around 20 degrees, because before you know it, we'll be into proper autumn and we'll start to be seeing signs of winter like we could be seeing towards this end of September and the start of October. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.